Bruins win 3-2 against the Vancouver Canucks last night. Welcome back to Into the Den, and I'm your host, Jay Freeman. For a few disclaimers. One, I'm sorry to everybody that liked the Marchand jersey or the acoustic guitar. Both of them are back at the house, and they did not make the trip back to the dorm. Unfortunate. Second off, I'm sorry that this video came quite a bit later than what you all expected. I mean, it's probably being uploaded at like 10:30 in the morning or something like that. When it's usually up at like 10 at night. I was exhausted last night having to move back into the dorm, and Thanksgiving weekends take a lot out of you, but also the biggest disclaimer, I'm sorry, but I did not watch most of this game. I was off. I was reuniting with my friends on campus. So I only watched the highlights just now and like the first 5 minutes of it, and I only really paid attention to like the first 5 or 10 minutes of the broadcast. I'm sorry, but what I did notice that is that due to ineffectiveness, freaking Eric Holla and Jake DeBrusk were both out of the lineup today. Last night, we were paying Holla like, what is it, one like $3 million a year or something like that. Jesus Christ. And honestly, we don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do with DeBrusk. I hope that we find someone willing to take him for like a second round pick or a decent prospect. Thanks. But what I was happy to see is freaking Trent Frederick back in the lineup after missing 7 games due to an upper body injury, which, by the way, I freaking hate that term. Just specify what it is. Every single other goddamn league in North America, every other sports league is able to identify the injury. Why is it not the same with hockey? But I could go on a whole rant about that. But to continue, we get an old face against a new face, and that tonight we had Linus Ullmark in net against Yaroslav Halak, and honestly, Halak had probably the most Halak game I've ever seen him have. Like Halak played great last night, but it felt like, but he made some dumb plays that like you're how old and you're still making this mistake. But anyway, Zaboral pretty early in the game, Zaboral got 2 in the box for tripping. You can't really, we got to stop taking penalties pretty early in the game. And what we also need to stop doing is allowing goals early in the game. And I know that the Canucks power play PP1 is freaking amazing. Like Bo Horvat, JT Miller, Elias Pettersson, and Quinn Hughes and Alex Chason are fantastic players, and it's surprising that they don't have a better power play. And it's surprising that they aren't scoring more with that power play unit. But they're able to put immense pressure on the Bruins, and less than 5 minutes into the game, which seems to be a theme for the Bruins these past few games, of a small bunch up in the net, and with their PP2 unit, Tanner Pearson is able to just slide into those DMs and chip it up into the net to give Vancouver a 1-0 lead. But it wasn't all for naught. Less than 3 minutes later, Anton Bleed, holy crap, this dude took it from this dude took like a took the puck from like his own face-off circles on like the right on the left side of the no like the right side. Freaking getting my rights and lefts mixed up. The right side of the Bruins ice is he's able to the dude is able to just burst through everybody, He deked two defensemen and slap it in from the Canucks blue line, and it just trickles through Halak's five to put the Bruins up 1-0. And the hilarious part is that Bleed got credited with that goal unassisted. Like I barely expect Anton Bleed to score. I more so see him as like setting up a bunch of assists, but not really putting it into the net all too often. But doing that, but when he does score, I don't expect it to be unassisted. But oh my god! But I'm not complaining. A goal's a goal, and if he can show that, and if he's shown that he can still, if he can do that, then who knows? Maybe bringing him up wasn't a bad idea. The game definitely was a bit chirpy. Though there were a few scuffles throughout. I noticed, but then we get to the fun part. The what is it? It felt like both teams just started their comp 150, just started their computer science classes, and they were doing callback, and they were just starting to do recursion, and because oh my god, like 3 callbacks in one game, like oh my god, how do you have 3 goals called back in a single game? But we're gonna start with the first one. Thomas Nosek ends up getting 2 in the box for high sticking near the end of the first period, and Connor Garland seems to have gotten a beautiful shot from the blue line and that went in, but Nils Hoglander was offside, and that goal is coming back, and the Bruins end up killing the rest of the penalty, and that ends the first period, and both teams are tied at 1, and then a little bit into the second period, Marchand tries to slap it. Halak is able to protect the net with his chest. Nosek is right there, and he tries to tap it in, and is so is it 2-1 Boston? Nope, Nosek kicks it in. That goal is coming back. That's 2 in the game already. Holy crap! And but a goal that wasn't called back was the very next goal that happened like with 5 minutes left in the game, in the second period, I think. And Garland took an errant clearing attempt from Zaboral and slaps it into the net from pretty much Pasta's spot. And yeah, that goal was not called back, unfortunately. And even though the Canucks are up 2-1, it still feels very even. Like this doesn't feel insurmountable. So start of period 3, Nils Hoglander ends up getting 2 in the box for tripping, and Marchand is able to pass to Marchand passes it to Pasta, who's in his favorite spot, like between the net side of the face-off circle to where the dot is on the right side of opposing ice, and he hits the crossbar, and like a net front scuffle lets the puck loose, and Marchand's right there in the middle to just punch it in 3-2. And yeah, it should have been Pasta's goal. Unfortunately, he couldn't have been unfortunately, what am I talking about? Unfortunately, it's still a goal, but eventually, Oliver Ekman-Larsson ends up getting two in the box for boarding Nick Foligno, and Connor Garland ends up serving in the 2 minutes. I don't really understand. I didn't really understand this, but also I didn't. But also I didn't watch it. I just saw. I didn't see the penalty. I just saw the. I didn't see like what happened with the penalty. I just saw the fact that the Bruins were on the power play later on, like with 3 minutes left, and saw the when the penalty happened on ESPN. I'm sorry. I didn't watch the game. I'm sorry, but several drives from the Bruins power play unit allowed that fail. Marchand is able to pass it across the crease for Pasta, who's there to just tap it in. And congratulations, Pasta, you actually got a goal in this game. And then a little bit later, Vancouver ends up pulling in Yaroslav Halak, and the Bruins break away with less than 15 seconds left. Marchand's passes it to Bergeron, who's right there at the net to chip it in for the 4-2 Genjutsu. Yes, this one was. This is the third goal of the game that ends up getting called back because Bergeron was very much offsides on that play. And yeah, three called back goals in the same game. I don't know how any combination of teams manages that. But when there's a will, there's a way. But I don't think they wanted this to happen. But anyway, yeah, Bruins win 3-2. This definitely felt like a game they needed to win. Now I know the Canucks are. Hold on. I actually don't know what position the Canucks are in. Hold on. Division. Yeah, it turns out the it turns out the Canucks last place in the Pacific. And how they're not it's not like they have a fantastic amount of depth, and I mean Benning didn't fucking help with bringing in OEL's bloated contract, but I do know that the Canucks gave the Bruins the Canucks made the Bruins earn this win, which honestly is a little bit concerning. Like, you let a team that's in the last place in their division, and it's a division that's freaking incredibly top heavy. Like the Sharks, I'm surprised have double digit wins at this point. But I mean it's not a good thing that the Bruins were given in hell to earn this victory, because they should have had this. But I think they should have had this game from the start based on how the standings things are looking. But that is it for today's episode of Into the Den. Thank you all so much for watching. Click like if you like. Click subscribe if you really like. Down below is still the Jake Tebow GoFundMe to help a kid who got paralyzed as while playing hockey. And tell your friends to stay on side lest they have a goal get called back for 3 times in the same game.